Hi there everyone, and welcome to Spunky Girl Paper Co. Today we're going to be making this card using the April Hero Arts My Monthly Hero Kit. We're going to start by die cutting the frame die out of this white piece of cardstock. Now I don't know what my problem was, but I had the darndest time cutting it out, so hopefully you guys have some hints you can give me in the comments because it took like 7 tries. I cut them out of the video. I'm also going to die cut the same frame out of this piece of wood grain cardstock that actually came in the February Hero Arts kit, I think, but I've never used it. So what I'm going to do is try to bring out the wood grain a little bit by putting some vintage photo distress oxide ink on it. And I wasn't getting the result I wanted with the sponge, so I just took the whole ink pad to the paper. And those darker spots won't be in the die cut, so they won't matter. I'm also going to die cut all of the surrounding area out of colored cardstock. This took a really long time. Literally, I had 2 hours of footage for this video, so I'm not going to make you sit through all of that. Next, I'm going to use some VersaFine Onyx Black ink to stamp out the dancing lady mouse a few times. You will have seen me rub the stamp on my hand a few times. That's because this is a brand new stamp and I want to make sure I get a good impression. Rubbing the stamp against your palm will kind of condition the stamp and then it will stamp better. I'm only going to use 3 of these mice, but I messed up the stamping on one of them, so I needed to stamp another one. Next I'm going to do some very basic coloring with some Marco Raffine colored pencils. I realized the rest of the card was going to be very busy, so I didn't want to go too detailed in this coloring, and I'm also not that great of a colorist. So there's just the very basic color pencil coloring here. All of the mice are going to be colored in the same way except for the colors of the dresses. The skin and flower crowns are all going to be exactly the same, so I'll leave the green dress girl in and skip all the rest of them. I felt that my frame piece and my wood grain piece were a little too stark, so I'm going to go around the edges with some vintage photo distress oxide ink, and then I will be starting the process of inlaying all of my die cut pieces. This took an incredibly long time, and I absolutely do not recommend doing this with this frame die, unless you have any tips for me that could speed up the process, because it took me forever. I will leave in part of me doing that, but I'm going to cut most of it out. I think you guys get the picture. Next I'm going to white heat emboss my sentiment on this spare bit of black cardstock that I had. I'm going to use Versamark ink and then some white heat embossing powder from Ranger. Finally, it's time for final assembly. It took me a minute to figure out the exact placement of all of the images that I wanted, but finally I decided to pop up the pink dancing mouse with some foam tape and also my sentiment, and then glue everything down to a top folding A2 size card. It will be slightly shorter than A2 size because this frame actually isn't A2 size and I wasn't happy with the extra white space I had at the bottom, so I trimmed it. Thank you so much for watching my video today. If you liked this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see more content like this, make sure to subscribe to my channel. Thank you.